Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The throne is back. The throne is back. And I don't want it to be like a super too serious. I want the throne to be back and I want us to receive it. Let's welcome it with love, with care, with some softness. I'm back as a wife. Don't think I will ever wrap my head around it, or I don't think it will make sense to me, to be honest, until maybe some years down the line. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm a wife." But for right now, the word wife still feels a little strange. It feels better than fiance though, so I'll give it that. Fiance was just way too, it's just odd. Like until you have a fiance, you will not understand how awkward it is to refer to someone as your fiance, because it's like boyfriend is like, oh yeah, my boyfriend. Still feels a little weird, but it's fine. And then fiance is like fiance. It just feels like you're bragging. That's the thing. Whenever I would say my fiance, it felt like I was bragging. Now I don't even think of. Oh, I have called Lucas my husband to people. It feels nice though. I think, yeah, it feels nice. I'm not gonna lie. It feels nice. It feels good to be back. I know I said I'd be gone for maybe maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I don't know how long it's been. It might be 3. Um, but I'm back. I will say Lucas had to carry me out of the couch and plop me on this throne chair for me to get this podcast going. Okay, and also I just realized that I kind of act like I'm being like someone's putting a gun to my head for me to record this podcast. Nobody is. I love recording. I love talking. It's just getting up and actually doing it is so hard. And that leads me into what I'm welcoming for this episode. This episode's welcomes and exiles. To me, I feel like I feel like I should have a little jingle. Like welcomes and exiles. Ding. Today, we are welcoming one, marriage and being a wife, the most obvious one. The most obvious one. It's nice. It really is. I'll dive into like my feelings and the wedding and everything, but it really is nice. Like it's such a good, I don't know, it feels like just like the right stage. It feels right. And I know all the months prior to this was really shaky. And so for it to just feel finally like solid and right is so good. Like so good. Wedding planning was a nightmare. And so for that to be over as well is like, it feels so nice. I'm also currently reading The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And I've started this book a while ago, so I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on Welcome to the Kingdom, but it is so it really calls you out. Like it calls you out. And it refers to God in like, that like weird way of like whether you believe in God or the universe. And I'm like, I'll pick God. Thank you very much. But everything else is so applicable, and that's what made me think of what I'm welcoming, because when I was talking about how hard it is to actually get up and get started in doing stuff, um, I don't know if this is like a thorn in my flesh that I'm gonna have forever. It might just be, I might just have to live with like the fact that it is so hard for me to do the things I want to do, aka Paul, one of Paul's favorite, not favorite, one of Paul's most iconic lines. I do the things I don't want to do. And then the things I want to do, I don't do them. It's such a universal feeling and experience. And maybe that's just what I'm going to have to deal with, because, yeah, it's so hard. And the book talks about that. The book talks about how yeah, basically as an artist, you are at war with yourself and with this thing called resistance. Oh yes, I definitely have spoken about this book before. That's I think that's where resistance actually came from. So that's also what I'm welcoming. And then I'm welcoming I guess 2024, right? 2024 is next week. I'm ready for it, unlike other years where like the year is coming and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for 2023. I don't think I was ready for 2023. I don't know. You know what I mean? It felt like it just came too soon. But I feel like I cannot wait for 2024. For some reason, I just can't wait for it. I'm so excited and I want it to be here already because I know that every new year just signifies like change and growth. And we can't help but feel that like we're going to do things differently. And we are. I know it's cliche to say, but we are going to do things differently. We've all learned so much this year that you can't help but learn something different. Like, you can't help but do things differently next year. You know what I mean? It's not like maybe you're going to repeat a couple mistakes here and there, but who doesn't, you know? I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. I can't help but like romanticize just turning the chapter like new year, so much opportunity, so many like just brand new fresh, and I love it. I really do, and I can't wait for it to be here. I'm ready for it. It should be here tomorrow. Like I'm just ready to jump into the new year with some fire in my bones. um yeah, and with that being said, I am exiling limitations. I don't know if I've said this before. Exiling limitations. I'm also exiling, I guess, living on my own ever. I moved in with Lucas officially, which was one of the really what we were looking forward to so much, to start the new year together as husband and wife. It feels so just, I know I already said it feels right, but it really does just feel so right. Like this is what we needed to do. And sometimes you don't understand why things are happening the way that they're happening, but when it does happen, you're like, oh, I understand now. Like I can't imagine not not having been married by now. You know, I know we've only been married 3 weeks, but like I can't imagine that a new year would have came and we would not have been married, like if we had gone on with our like original wedding plans. I mean, I'm sure we would have survived, we would have done it, but like it just feels like, oh yes, this is exactly what we needed to do, and I am happy about that. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna go back to be more creative with these because I know I'm just like na 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 na, but you know. Oh, I also kind of want to like enter a new level of intimacy with God. I think 2023 taught me a whole lot about how easy it is to lose touch with the maker. It is, I hate that feeling, and I have been shaken a lot in 2023. So I'm welcoming a new level of intimacy. Also, I've spoken so long and I haven't even said Merry Christmas. Wow. I am so sorry. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I apologize sincerely. I'm posting this on Christmas, risky because a lot of creators I'm seeing are like, we're going to go for the holidays. Bye. We'll see you next year. And I just haven't posted in so long that I'm like, I can't wait to the next year. I have to pop in and say something before 2024, you know? So, Merry Christmas. If you're watching this on Christmas Day, wow, I'm honored. Or listening to this, thank you. And I hope you're having a good Christmas so far. Christmas is interesting because as a child in Ghana, we didn't really do the whole like Christmas was definitely felt and seen. Like you saw Father Christmas, you saw the masquerade, you saw the decorations in the stores and the shops, but there wasn't really things like a Christmas tree, at least not in my house. There wasn't a Christmas tree. There wasn't things like presents. I think that's all very like American, if I'm wrong. Maybe other places do it. I'm sure maybe like Europe or something. I don't know. I don't know, but it just wasn't a thing. All I knew Christmas for was really truly like the food that we're gonna eat on Christmas. Christmas was always just like we're gonna kill the biggest chicken and we're gonna eat it because it's Christmas. It was fun. It was a good time. There was dancing, there was music, there was celebration. And right now, I think for me at least, Christmas is it's much more intimate in American culture. It's much more like, it's not like a community wide thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's more like familial, your close knit family huddled together, watching movies, drinking hot chocolate. And we didn't even really do that with my household when we came to America because we don't know Christmas like that. So when Zoel was growing up, I'm sorry, Zoel wants to be called Camilla now. So if I refer to her as Camilla, just know I'm talking about my littlest sister. So Camilla, my bad, when she was growing up, we wanted to give her that like traditional American Christmas experience. So we would do presents. We tried to do the whole Santa thing. I don't know if we really were because we weren't really into it like that and didn't really know what we were doing. So we would just do Christmas presents from Santa. We didn't really try and play that like, oh, Santa came, let's leave him some cookies. Like, no, it was just you're getting a gift or two and you'll be fine. And so we've definitely gotten more into that Christmassy spirit. I don't know how you guys celebrate Christmas, but yeah, that's how we've celebrated Christmas mainly, um from like 12 years old till I guess 2 years ago. We were just celebrating Christmas mainly for Camilla, like just so that she could grow up feeling that Christmas thing that all Americans talk about. And now that I'm married, I'm looking at Christmas a little bit different now. I'm like, what kind of traditions do I want from my household? Like, what do we want to do? Lucas and I got a tree together, like a real life tree, and we decorated it and everything. We got presents for each other. The presents are not wrapped, but they're cute. There's some presents under the tree. We gifted some presents to our family. So, like, I definitely do want to lean into that Christmas tradition, celebration type thing because I think it's fun and I think it makes it very cute and cozy. So yeah, I'm excited for Christmas. Christmas is tomorrow. I'm excited to open my presents. I think I have a feeling of what Lucas got me, but he's trying to surprise me, so I'll act surprised. But I kind of think I know what he got, and I've been wanting this for so long. So if he actually got it, like I will, and I know he got it, but just in case he didn't, but I think I know he got it. And if he got it for me, oh my goodness, I will be the happiest woman in the world. And I got him something that he'd been wanting to for a while. Um, yeah, and his family got us presents, and we're just like, enough. You know, we've gotten so many gifts just from getting married in December that like Christmas we're like, guys, please no more gifts, like no more gifts, but they still sent us some things. So we're very happy and I'm very happy. I'm very excited to be opening them. And I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna go to actually we're gonna go to omakase, We're gonna, yeah, there's an omakase spot that just opened up right by his apartment. I keep saying his apartment now, forgetting that I fully moved here like last week, like right by our apartment. And we went to omakase for the first time for our anniversary in November. We loved it. And so we thought, why not do it for Christmas? I'm not going back to Mass for Christmas because, like I said, we're family. We don't really do much Christmas things. And we had been flying back and forth. Like, I went from Massachusetts to New York, and then back to Massachusetts for Thanksgiving, and then back to New York to go to LA, and then from LA to Mexico, and then Mexico back to New York. And finally, I feel like settled. I don't want to go back to Massachusetts. Like, I'm sorry. I I have so many clothes and so much of my things that I need to go get to like fully officially move in. And I just cannot tell you that I will be going there anytime soon, just because I'm tired. It has been a crazy month, the most exciting, blessed and fun month, but it has been so crazy that I'm just like I I just want to sit down. You know, I just want to sit and relax and just like breathe. Lucas is trying to plan a trip to Texas so that I could go visit his family next month, and he was like, what do you think about like the second week of January? I'm like, can we do February? Like, I truly fully want to chill just chill. And I don't like when my routine is disrupted because I really rely on my routine, which is something I'm going to need to work on, because I like envision me like 2 years down the line, like fully a girl on the go, like really just like up and down, moving, flying places, doing things. Like, I want to be a girl on the go. But I rely so heavily on my routine that if one single thing is off, it throws everything off. And I'm trying to work on that. I don't know if you have any tips for me, let me know. But I'm just the type of person that if I wake up, truly like the definition of waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Like, if I wake up and one little thing is out of place, it throws everything off. So I can't form like routines and really get into like, maybe that's why God was like, you just need to settle down. You just need to settle down so that you can actually like do what I need you to do, because just going back and forth, up and down, it just like, I and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I just don't I like traveling, but I don't like it that much, because then I'm like, this is where I film every day. This is where I edit. This is where I make my tea. Like, I just need to have that in place. And if it's not, then I'm like, oh, I can't make my tea. And I guess because I can't make my tea, then I can't have Bible time because I need my tea with my Bible. It's just, you've heard about this before, but that's just me. So, yeah, that's why we didn't go home for Christmas, because we just thought, let's just celebrate Christmas together. This isn't our first Christmas together, actually. The very first time, our very first Christmas together was like a month into our relationship, because we started dating in November. The next month was Christmas, and he was supposed to go back to California for Christmas. Um, and he got COVID, I think. This was 2021. So he got COVID like, 2 days before he had to go. And they were just like, no. Because he has grandparents and stuff. And they were just like, nope, just stay in New York City. So I actually went from Massachusetts to New York, and we spent Christmas together. It was fun. It was really nice. I'd walked in and he was already baking like chocolate croissants and made me like hot chocolate. And I was like, huh, this is a really nice gentleman. Like, I'd never had someone do that. And he got me really cute Christmas presents. We went ice skating, which I hated. I'm never going ice skating again. And we went to see the Rockefeller tree in New York City. So this is our second Christmas together. Last Christmas, we were celebrating with our families separately. And now we have a tree, we have presents. We're gonna go get nice food tomorrow. We might watch a Christmas movie. I'm gonna bake cookies. I'm gonna bake the cookies that I've baked 17 times and still fail at. And I'm gonna introduce something new. I'm gonna try and make a key lime pie too. So those are all our Christmas um our Christmas plans. Our Christmas plans. Thank you for watching. Okay. Moving on. Let's talk about the wedding. The wedding was so fun. It was so fun. It was so special. I saw someone had commented on my video. They said that you guys are so chill. Like you guys look so chill for like your wedding day. You look so chill. And it's because we were truly so calm. Like the day came and I heard a lot about brides like maybe freaking out on the day. Or I for sure I for sure was like, I'm gonna get cold feet. Like I'm gonna get cold feet. But honestly, I think my cold feet literally happened through the wedding planning process when I was going through it. Um and literally blowing Lucas's line every night and being like, what are we doing? And to my surprise, and I think about this thing that my pastor said during premarital counseling. Yes, we did premarital counseling. A pastor said during premarital counseling, because he kind of had noticed just a lot of weight on me, a lot of pressure that I felt about this word marriage. It really was a lot for me. And he said that there's a grace that falls on you on your wedding day, that you fully assume position. And like, and if this wedding is, blessed, and if it's a relationship that you should be going into, and if you have God's favor and grace on it, you will feel, yeah, there's a grace that's going to unlock. And I truly think he was so right. Like so right. The day came and I did not have a single it's crazy. I didn't have a single moment of panic or stress. I did feel a little bit of stress when my mom and Clara were fighting over who gets to do my bun. And I wanted Clara to do my bun because my mom was doing the bun and it didn't look good. But my mom wants to do my bun because she's like, I'm your mother. I need to do your bun on your wedding day. And because I used to be a hairstylist, so it would make sense. And I'm like, yes, mama, I love you. I want you to do my bun, but you're not doing it right. And Clara knows what I'm talking about. So we were truly fighting in front of the photographer for maybe 30 minutes about my bun. Like full on like yelling. That was the only time I was stressed. Other than that, everything was so like it was just like yes, like it was just a yes. I don't know how to explain it cuz clearly you get proposed to and you say yes, right? But the engagement season can be a little interesting. So because there's a lot of things thrown at you during the engagement season where you kind of have to like fight through not fight each other but fight through a lot of obstacles. And so when the date actually came, it was like yes, like I was fully ready, fully prepared. Like there had been just a grace that was unlocked, that was like okay, yeah, boom, like okay, I'm doing it. Not that I wasn't going to, but like just like yes, it just felt so peaceful. I didn't sweat. Like everything, guys. I'm so happy to be sitting here telling you everything was perfect. Nothing went wrong. Nothing. And I'm saying this in like a little bit of a shock because I was on r/wedding planning. You guys know. I'm on r/vaginismus, r/wedding planning, r/love island. I just live on Reddit. So I was on r/wedding planning And I had to unsubscribe from that Reddit account actually after I got married because it was too much. The things I was hearing on this thread, on this subreddit page, people's stories and crazy things. So I was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect, but everything was so perfect. Like, thank Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Was everything was perfect, and everyone had a good time. Everyone was beaming, well, healthy, joyful. Like, everything was perfect. The florals perfect, the dress, nothing happened to it. The cake was amazing. The food was stunning. The only thing I guess I can think of is we thought we had rented like a private terrace at the restaurant that we did our dinner post ceremony at, and we thought that we would have access to their speaker because we asked them if the speaker played music, and she said yes, and we kind of took it as that we could play our own music, but it was actually like the restaurant's music was just there was just speakers there that played the restaurant's music. We didn't have access to it. So we had been curating this playlist and just so excited to play it during the dinner. We get there and they're like, oh no, you cannot change the music on this speaker. So we just turned it down, like turned it way down. Nobody could hear it. And it was way better. Nobody even noticed. Like, I don't know. There was no music. It was fine. We didn't need it anyway. We were just talking, laughing. Oh my gosh. It was such such a perfect day. It was so perfect. Nothing went wrong. And I think that's what happens when you take out a lot of the major elements of a wedding and you don't have like a first dance or a bridal party entrance, or I don't know, what do people have, like MC or DJ, or I don't know, all these like photo, you know what I mean? Like all these things that people have, not crazy, fun, lovely, amazing things that people have at weddings. You take most of the elements out and you find out there's not much room for things to go wrong, you know? So everything was fine. Everything was more than fine. Everything was perfect. Like, emphasis on perfect. And and it was amazing, and we were pronounced husband and wife. And oh, I guess during the ceremony, like Lucas's ring didn't fit. He definitely wore it before the ceremony and it fit, but it was a little too tight. So we kind of knew going into it that his wedding band was too tight. We put the wedding band on each other on the wrong hand. We did not practice that part. And then the actual band for him, it was not fitting. Like, it literally did not go. So we kind of joked after the ceremony that we didn't actually get married because he put my wedding band on the wrong finger, and I didn't even put the ring on his finger. So I was like, did we actually get married? But we did. He got his ring resized, so now it fits him perfectly, which is good. Yeah, my family had a good time. My aunt and uncle and my cousins had a blast. They cannot stop telling me how good of a time they had. And so thankful that I brought them out to California because a lot of them my whole family had never been to California. So they were really excited to be there and they really, really liked it. So yeah, I have all good things to report, guys. Like, all good things. Everything was phenomenal. And the wedding ended and the wedding night was fun. I feel like maybe it's just me, but I'm just feeling like there's an elephant in the room. But I will say, I'll just address the elephant. Maybe it wasn't even an elephant. Maybe I'm just thinking dirty. But it was good. It was nice. Um I don't know. Maybe I'll talk more in depth, but I finally, I guess, got to see what sex was. And it was a journey. It was definitely a process, but it was just as it should be. That's all I'll say on that. And maybe I'll do a more. Maybe I won't actually, because now I'm feeling very, very like vulnerable. I'm like, do I want to say much? But maybe sometime down the line we will recap. But since it's just so fresh, I will say it was a blessed night. That's all I'll say. It was a blessed, beautiful night, and we thank God for that. And then we went to Bacalar, Mexico for our honeymoon right after. I saw a lot of people saying that maybe they went on their honeymoon like a month later or some weeks later. I don't know. They don't go right after. That's kind of what I've been seeing lately, that people don't go right into their honeymoon. And I think that you should. I think you should go right into your honeymoon. And I think whoever made honeymoons did an exceptional job. Like, you get married and then you just go off to a place to relax and enjoy yourselves for a week, 2 weeks, however long you want. That's amazing. We had the time of our lives. We did. We flew to Cancun, Mexico, and then we took a 6 hour bus to Bacalar because it will, it's just, it just makes sense that Lucas and I will find the most remote village to go honeymoon at. Like, yeah, yeah, it checks out. So we literally flew to Cancun, and we didn't want to go to Cancun or like Lucas has been to Mexico like so many times. He says he's been like six, and I've never been to Mexico, so I was like, I want to go. So I want to go to Mexico. Like, I've heard a lot about it, and it's really pretty. So he didn't want to go anywhere he's been, and so we found Bacalar by God's grace. I don't even know. We found Bacalar through extensive, agonizing research. And there's something about me that I'm starting to dislike. Maybe it's a good thing though, but I definitely spend way too long making a decision. But I'm glad, because that's how we found Bacalar, because I couldn't make a decision and I was just scrolling, and we stumbled upon Bacalar. And I've never heard of anyone going to Bacalar. Like, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone who's been to Bacalar. So it makes me feel cool. I'm like, I want to go somewhere that's not common, that's not popular. The food was amazing. Our villa was insane. The water was so blue. We had the best food, the best time. Like, truly, like, imagine you literally get married. You have the most perfect wedding day, and then the next day you fly to the most beautiful place you've ever been to so far, and you just relax and do nothing. It was fun. It was a blast. It was a blast. Sometimes I'm like, why do people think I'm like a little whitewashed? And then I say things like it was a blast. And marry a white man. Okay, moving on. How I feel about being married. Sorry, I have my notes by the side of me, so I'm like checking. How do I feel about being married? I love it. I feel like it is so, like I said, I just feel so aligned. I just feel like I have been in such a shaky place. 2023 was truly like a wild, wild one. 2023 was wild. And I'm glad that it's over. I'm really glad that it's over. And I feel a lot of blessings, and I feel a lot of blessings coming in the new year. So I'm excited, because not only am I like literally in a new season of my life, but this season is like right at the edge of a new year. And so everything just feels like it just feels complete and like turning over a new page. And yeah, 2023 was rocky. I felt so unstable, like mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. And being married, living with Lucas for the past 3 weeks, I know it's only been 3 weeks, so I'm not about to sit here and say like, but but like, it just feels so settled. Like, there's just something in me that's like, finally. Like, there's just something in my heart that's ringing loud, and it just feels settled. It just feels like, finally. It just feels like, yes. It just feels like, this is where you need to be. This is exactly where you need it to be. It just feels perfect. Like, it feels like good. Like, good. Because I really was so shaky all of this year, and I think God knew that like, I just needed to just have that stability. And I feel it. I feel we feel deeper in some ways. Like, the relationship feels the same. Like, it's him. I know him, it's him and I. So whatever we have going on is still going on, but it feels there's just a level of depth and stability, and it just feels settling. It just feels like you open, like, imagine you're just in a room. There's so much noise outside, so much like, "Ah," and then boom, you shut the door and it's quiet. That's how it feels in my like life and in my heart, that like I just shut the door and now I'm in a quiet, safe, peaceful place. Yeah, that's truly how I feel. And it's good. It feels good. And like I was saying earlier, I love routines. So it feels nice to just be settled, just settled. I guess I see why they call it settling down, because you truly do feel like settled. Um, I'm not saying to settle, but you do feel settled. You feel like aligned, like the piece just clicked, and it's just like there. So it's been fun. I like, every day feels like a dream. I sound so cliche, but we were telling this to each other yesterday. We're like, every day feels like we are dreaming. It just doesn't feel real. Like, every day feels like the best day on the planet. And then we get to do it every single day. And it doesn't even feel like real, because we first of all have way too much fun, and we laugh so much, and we just have the best time. And it's like, I'm gonna have the best time every day, you know and I'm sure, they everyone a lot of people are like, the first year of marriage is hard. So I don't know, I'm not praying that for us. We're really, really trying to be intentional about it, but it's been a very good start, and I'm confident that it will be good, because we have been through a lot, and we've had a lot of conversations and moments that just, it feels, it feels like we've already conquered so much. I feel like we're ready. I'm like, all right, bring it on, first year of marriage. You can't hurt us. But yeah, that's how being married feels. I wanted to do a little episode catch up. I'm very, very excited for 2024. I'm thinking that um I want my first episode back, not first episode back, but first episode of 2024. I want it to be a Q&A with you and I. And so I will post on Instagram and ask you guys to ask me some questions. And I would also love to hear your 2024 resolutions. I don't think I'm doing a resolution for 2024. I think my main goal for 2024 is to get back in the secret place. I feel like I've been saying that for a while, but like I said, I think 2023 really just shook me to my core and like kind of rattled my faith a little bit and rattled a lot of things around me. And so I I found out that I could be rattled. You know, when I gave my life to God, I didn't think that I could be rattled by anything. And I found out that, yeah, life rattles you. So that's what 2023 has been, a little bit rattling, a little bit unsettled, but I feel settled now. And I think my main priority for 2024 is a deeper intimacy with God. I don't even want to put anything else. I don't want to put anything else. I just really want a deeper level of intimacy with God, because there's just some things that like you notice, you know, when you're not at that intimacy like you once were. So I'll talk about how I am doing that in future episodes. And I haven't spoken to you guys in so long, so it's really nice talking to you again. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on Christmas, like I said, thank you for spending some of your Christmas with me. And if you're not, I hope you had a good Christmas, and I hope you are having a blessed new year, 2023. The word, I don't know if I have a word, but I saw on TikTok this lady was saying the word for 2024 is audacity. And so I want you to have the audacity in 2024. Have the audacity. I don't know what that means to you, but just be audacious, you know? No more limitations. No more putting ourselves in a box or making ourselves small, undermining ourselves. Yesterday, I was telling Lucas, like, if you feel bad about yourself and like the gifts and the things that God has given you, then you are undermining God. You're saying, what you chose to give me is not enough to the world standard. And can you imagine saying that to God? Like, I don't think I'm blah, blah, blah enough. But it's like, according to who? Because the creator of the world gave you that. So, is it enough? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, okay. Thank you for listening. I think I'm going to end this here. Quick little update. Wanted to catch up with you, let you know how everything went, but I will be having an in-depth Q&A in the next episode. So send in your question, your burning questions. Send them and I will answer them for you. And yeah, I'll see you in the new year. I think I don't know when the next Monday is. I am too lazy to do the math, or maybe I could look in the calendar, but I'm sure it'll be, yeah, it'll literally be the first day of 2024. How crazy. Okay, so I'll see you January 1st, 2024. Thank you for watching. I love you. I do. And I'm married. What the heck? What is going on? Okay. Bye bye.